learners. Welcome back to Camp Read A Lot, our summer program where we read books, play games, and have fun all summer long. My name is Miss Lara. Can you tell me your name? I'm so grateful that you made it back today, Friday. We're going to end our week with some fun activities. I have my friend Maria, the male person here, and she's going to help us sing our good morning song. Are you ready, Maria? Are you ready, boys and girls? Okay, let's sing. Here we go. Good morning, it's a sunshine kind of day. Come join Miss Lara for some learning and some play. Will we sing a song? Of course we will. Make our brains strong, like super strong. So come along. Yes, come on, friends, for some learning and some play. Hey, Maria. Hey, Miss Lara. Hello, Jello. Hello. Hi there, Grizzly Bear. How are you, Caribou? I'm fine, Porcupine. What's up, Buttercup? Not much, Coconut. Let's see, how you been, Dolphin? I'm great, Rattlesnake. What's shakin', Little Bacon? Not a lot, Tater Tot. Time to stop, Jiffy Pop. Whatever you say, I guess we'll start our day. So let's put Miss Maria away. I think she's going to have a delivery for us a little bit later. Is that something that we should put on our visual schedule? Let's check. So the first thing we always do is check in on how we're feeling. How we're feeling affects how we learn and how our brain processes information. So one thing I like to do in my classroom is have an emotional check-in. And parents, that's something you can do too. Have little icons and have your child every morning pick and say how they're feeling before you get started on any activity. It really helps start a conversation and gets them to a place of self-regulation. So how are you feeling today? Maybe you're happy because it's Friday, or maybe you're a little bit mad because you didn't have your favorite food for breakfast. It's always important to say how you're feeling out loud. Of course, after we check in with how we're feeling, we're going to read a book. Now, up until now, we've been reading fiction texts. A work of fiction means it's make-believe, doesn't really happen. Like garbage trucks don't really talk, do they? But today we're going to read a nonfiction text that's going to show us what happens to our garbage. And then we'll end our day with a project that's going to help us remember to take care of our environment. Does that sound like a good plan? Okay, let's get started. But, do you hear something? It sounds like, that's Miss Maria. She dropped off our mail. So let's see what kind of letter we got today. Now let's see. It says, Dear Miss Lara. Woo-wee! Oh, I know who wrote that right away. I am so angry. People are so wasteful. Wasteful is a word that means people don't care about the trash that they throw away or the things they use up. I feel like no one cares about the environment anymore. How can I help others be more responsible? Love, our friend, the garbage truck. How can we help others be more responsible? Is that a word you've heard? Responsible? You might have heard your parents say it or your family. You need to be more responsible. Well, responsible means you do things you're supposed to do. It means making a good choice. You take responsibility when you clean your room and you do your chores. Do you always clean your room? When you do your work in school, you also take responsibility. When your body's calm and you have listening ears and watching eyes and are focused on the lesson, sometimes being responsible isn't the best. You have to do things you don't want to do. But can you imagine if people just did whatever they wanted, like if you never cleaned your room, it would get very messy and then maybe bugs would come in and then they'd bite you and you'd have scratches and itches. Or if it was messy and you were trying to look for your clothes and couldn't find them, you might be late for school and that might make your family late. No, better to be responsible. It's so important. Now, of course, I have a song that's going to help us remember to be responsible. It's to the tune of Mickey Mouse. It goes like this, famous song. When I do things to the best of my ability, I'm R-E-S-P-O-N-S-I-B-L-E. That spells responsible. I think before I act, so you can always count on me. I'm R-E-S-P-O-N-S-I-B-L-E. Choose what's right. Always take responsibility. Do what I'm supposed to do. Stay in control of me. R-E-S-P-O-N-S-I-B-L-E. I hope that you take time to talk to your family today and ask them, what does being responsible mean to your family? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Send me a note here at the station. They're going to put the address down below in just a minute. All right, so I promised you a book, a non-fiction text, and it's also about taking responsibility for our environment. Did you know that when we throw trash away, it doesn't really disappear? So what happens to it? And what happens when we don't care about the amount of trash we throw away? What does that do to our earth? This is a book that's going to tell us what happens to our trash and how our trash affects the world around us. So of course, let's review the parts of our book. Let's see, our book has parts just like we have parts. There's the front of the book that has a picture and it has the author's name and the title of the story. You have a front too, don't you? There's a spine of the book that holds all the pages together, and you have a spine way back here that holds you together. And there's a back of the book, usually with a little phrase or some words that tell us about the story. You have a back too. All right, let's get started. Rubbish and recycling. Now, rubbish might be a new word for you. It means trash. Rubbish and trash are the same thing. This is the Protecting Our Planet series, and this book is special because it has something called a table of contents. So let's say that you're reading a book and you want to just read a special part. You can actually go to the page number here and just read that part. Not every book has that. Hey, so first question. What is rubbish? When we no longer need something, we throw it away. This is rubbish or trash. Rubbish can be anything from uneaten food to a broken toy. Rubbish is a type of pollution. Some of our rubbish, such as food, breaks down and disappears over time. Other rubbish, such as plastic, does not break down. This type of rubbish is more harmful to the environment. That means it hurts the world around us when it doesn't break down, like all these plastic bottles. So where does our rubbish go? Our rubbish is collected and taken away every week. The rubbish is taken to dumps, which are also known as landfill sites. We have one here in town. At a landfill site, our rubbish is put into huge holes in the ground, and once those holes are full, they are covered over with soil. Then more sites are made. So see, that's the garbage truck there, and it's taking it over to the dump, and it's going to put it in a big hole. In our story, they put it in the river. Then they cover it with soil, and then dig other big holes to put trash in. Rubbish and the environment. That means the world around us. Landfill sites are bad for the environment. The rubbish can leak chemicals into the soil and nearby water, Oh no! These chemicals can kill plants and are harmful to animals. That makes me sad. How about you? The rubbish can also cause air pollution because of the smell. Landfill sites are usually very unpleasant to look at too. Would you want to live near a landfill site? Near all of that trash and smell? Nah, me neither. I like clean air and clean smells. So what is recycling? We're going to talk a little bit about that today. Recycling is the process of making our rubbish into something new so it can be used again. So we made a truck out of boxes and toilet paper rolls. That was a form of recycling because we took those boxes that would have gone to the landfill and made a toy. We can recycle metal tins and make them into bike parts. Did you know that? Lots of different materials can be recycled, including glass, paper, plastic. By recycling, we can make sure that useful materials don't go to waste. How do we know what to recycle? Do you recognize this symbol? You may see it on the bottom of cups that you get a drink at a store, or you may see it on some trash cans. Anything with that sign can be recycled. Lots of things we buy have a symbol on them which tells us that they can be recycled. You can usually find the symbol somewhere on the packaging. If something does not have a recycling symbol, ask a friend or an adult if it can be recycled. Let's see. How are materials recycled? What a great question. Some materials, including glass and metal, are sent to factories where they are melted to make something new. So they melt the glass to make different things, like jewelry. I have a necklace made out of recycled glass. I wonder if you own anything made out of recycled materials. Paper and cardboard are washed with chemicals to clean them and are turned into pulp. These sheets of pulp are then rolled out to make new paper and cardboard. Ooh, this is a very important part of the book. Rubbish and responsibility. The number of people living somewhere is known as a population. As the world's population is growing, we make more and more rubbish or trash. We cannot carry on filling up landfill sites forever. It is important that we recycle as much as possible to look after the planet. And this is a really sad part. Rubbish and animals. Animals can think of rubbish as food. This can cause them harm. Look at this duck. It got one of those plastic bottles stuck around its neck, so it's hard to breathe. We need to be very careful with what we throw away. So the final message is reduce, reuse, recycle. Each day we can lower the amount of rubbish we make by remembering this important saying, reduce, reuse, recycle. The end. So I want you as homework to look around your house and see if you see that recycle symbol with the arrows anywhere. I bet you'll find it in very interesting places, like a cereal box. All right, so this week we read 2 stories, and you're probably thinking, Miss Lara, we jumped from princesses to garbage trucks, but you'll see that the stories have a lot in common. They're the same in a lot of ways. So thinking about the paper bag princess, our main character, Princess Elizabeth, she did something to recycle. Do you remember what it was? Yes, she made a paper bag dress. And then she was judged by how she looked, didn't she? Prince Ronald said she didn't look like a proper princess and sent her away. The same for our character in our story, I Stink. What does the character do with recycling? Yes, it eats it all up. And that character is sometimes judged for how it smells, right? And people don't respect garbage trucks for the service that they provide. So they're both tied to recycling. And just as a reminder, recycling means to reduce and reuse everything. So you reduce the things that you use by turning off the faucet when you're brushing your teeth, and reuse things like we did with our truck, and recycle things, of course. Now, I have an activity that we're going to do that we're going to need some materials for, and let's take this off so it doesn't fall. It's called Water Pollution Science. For this science activity, you're going to need a pan, some water, oil, and you can put a little cocoa powder in there, and some toys or objects of your choice. So let's go to the project place to do our project. Here we are. So we're going to pretend that this water here is the ocean. Look how clean and beautiful it is. Now, do you remember in our story, the dump truck took the trash over to the ocean and dumped it in on a barge, didn't it? What did that do to our beautiful ocean? Let's see. We're going to take some trash and put it in. We're going to take a Ziploc bag. Most people don't recycle those. And a bottle. Put it in there. Some paper. Oh no, it's getting full of trash. A balloon. Some straws. Let's count how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 straws. And, ooh, those face masks that we've been using, sometimes we toss those away. Those sometimes get put in the ocean. And those little lids. Now, remember in our book we talked about how things might be harmful for animals because they can't tell if trash is food or not? Imagine if a little duck ate this little balloon. I think it wouldn't be very well off. Might have a stomach ache. Now, other things that get sent to the ocean are oils and chemicals. So we're going to pretend that there's an oil spill. So I have some cooking oil here in my jar, and I'm actually going to put it in this little container that I put some cocoa powder in. Just plain old cocoa powder that you might use for cooking. Now, the reason that I'm using cocoa powder is it's going to make it look more like dirt so that you'll be able to see what is water and what is dirt. So I'm going to pour it in slowly. In our book, it talked about all the chemicals that go into our water. That makes me so sad because then we have to process our water so that you and I can drink it. We can't survive without water. Okay. Our oil is starting to look like chemicals and dirt. Oh no, here we go. Give it more of a little stir with your spoon. And then here comes the fun part. You're actually going to spill it all over the water and all over the trash here. Ready? Oh no, here goes all the chemicals in the water that humans are putting in. Oh, you'll notice that the oil is not absorbed, meaning it's not put into the water. Oil and water don't mix very well. So now we have a problem, don't we? We have some clean water with a bunch of oil. How are we going to get this water clean again? Oh, those are the types of problems that humans have. What should be our first step? Oh, I know. Let's take out all the big stuff first. Okay, let's see. We'll take out all this big stuff. A Ziploc bag. We'll put that over here. Let's take out our paper. Oh, it's pretty grimy. Did that get our water clean? We can take out the bottle. Super hard to clean. But where will those things go? Back into the landfill to be buried in those big holes. Take out the balloon. Take out the lid. Taking out the mask. We'll put it over here. And then we'll take out the straws. Oh, did that solve our problem? Taking out all the big things and putting them in a landfill? What do you think? Does our water still look pretty dirty? It does. What can I do to clean the water? Maybe I'll use my spoon and try to take some of the oil out. Let's see if that helps. Oh, kind of. I'll put it back in my little container here. Oh, this is going to take a very long time. If you try this at home, make sure you notice that as you're taking the oil out, you're actually wasting some of the water. So you can't really do it that way, can you? There has to be another way to try to clean this water. Oh, I know. I have some cotton here. I wonder if I put the cotton in, if it'll absorb some of the oil. Let's try that. So I'm going to pick a big oily spot and put it there. Oh, I think it worked. Look at this cotton ball. Yes, it did work. There's some dirty oil. I have some more cotton here. Let's try to get all that oil out. Oh no, boys and girls, it's not really working. I wonder what this can teach us about pollution. Is it easy to clean our oceans? No. We have to be very thoughtful about the things that we throw away, because once they're in the ocean, it is very, very hard to clean up. Look how much oil I've already cleaned, and there's still so much left in there. Oh no. Let's keep trying. I wonder if you can come up with another device or a filter to clean up some of this oil. I wonder if a coffee filter would work. Now I want you to think, if you filter the water, that means run it through something small so the big pieces stay behind. Will that waste the water? Do you think that water is wasted when we try to clean it from all the pollution we put into it? I think so too. Let's keep putting it here. Just like in our book, it said, it's better to reduce and reuse and recycle, isn't it? I have a few more cottons here. We'll try, and then we'll see what we end up with before we say goodbye. Oh, I've wasted so much energy and materials just trying to clean up our mess. And that's what people do. Even when they volunteer to pick things up, it is so much easier to think about, oh, what can I do with this trash, instead of throwing it away, where it's going to be picked up by the garbage truck and thrown in a landfill. So sad, too bad. All right, last cotton ball. We're going to see how clean we get our water. Oh, I don't know. I'm going to try my best to get the big splotches out. All right, let's take a look. I've used up this many cotton balls and a lot of energy trying to clean the water. I'm going to show you here in just a bit. I'm going to try to tilt it so you can really see. Does that water look clean? No. And that's a lesson. When we kind of throw things away in the water, we can't really get it clean afterwards, can we? We have to really think about what we're going to throw away and reuse and reduce and recycle. I hope that you enjoyed our time together this week. We're going to end with an ABC song that's going to help us practice our letters. I want you to continue to learn about reducing, reusing, and recycling for next week. Here we go. A, B, see you later. D, E, F, G, I'm gonna miss ya. H, I, have to go now. J, K, bye-bye now. L, M, N, O, I had a good time. P, Q, are you gonna miss me? S, T, you are my best friend. V, W, X, Y, and Z. All right, boys and girls, we'll see you next week. Next week, we're going to read more stories. We're going to cover 2 stories in 1 week and do a science experiment on Friday like we always do. I hope that you join me then. Now, do you have any plans for this weekend? Miss Lara, I think, is going to go on a hike and enjoy the beautiful weather before it gets too hot. Maybe I'll go in the pool. Do you have a pool? All right, boys and girls, come back next week where we'll learn a lot more letters, We'll sing a lot more songs and we'll keep the learning going all summer long. Until then, Miss Lara's going to send you a big squeeze. My boys and girls would always say, Miss Lara, why do you squeeze me? I'm not a lemon. You're a lemon to me sometimes. And a big smooch. Mwah! Did you get it? All the way from TV land to you. And I'm going to remind you to read and to play and, of course, to use your imagination every single day. That will carry you so far, boys and girls. All right, until next time, give me a big wave back. Ready? Goodbye. We'll see you next time.